Alright, what's up guys? So, hold on for a second. Midwest Safety has uploaded a video titled, "Rookie Officer Would Never Forget This Encounter." Yeah, I imagine, like, your first day or first, like, you know, few crazy encounters. It's gonna be a little exciting. Like, I imagine, like, if I was a cop, like, yeah, as soon as I'm... But, I mean, it's like that with any job. Like, you know, when you have, like, that first crazy week... Yeah, bro, it's one of those things where you go back, you're thinking to yourself, am I cut out for this? Like, I can't really compare the previous job that I had to, you know, being a police officer, but I mean, it was a lot, you know. It was just, you know, like, but it was a cafe job. I know people are like, bro, you can't compare a cafe job to being a police officer. I know that. That's why I'm not trying to say that it's, you know, one and the same, but I'm just saying, you know, with the amount of work that I was doing, like ringing up like 500 different customers and then having to like clean the place up and make it look on. Yeah, it was a lot. Okay, anybody gonna take that away from me? It was a lot. So. And I'm not saying that it was doing more than being a cop. Like, I know it's a little bit more exciting being a cop, but just still, you know, I'm just saying, speaking for myself, I can somewhat understand how a cop feels. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Midwest Safety. I don't know why I thought I said safely, but no, Safety for more videos like this. And then that being said...
Get hands right now!
Early in the afternoon on March 21st, 2022, officers from the Pleasant Prairie Police Department near Kenosha, Wisconsin, discovered a vehicle was stolen after running brakes.
People out
the driver of the squad is a rookie officer. During the course of the video, you will hear the rookie's training officer giving him instructions throughout the chase.
Watch for traffic.
I'm like, dang, can people just, you know, live in Wisconsin and not do no wild stuff? I have to say the majority of the videos I felt like that I've watched has all taken place in Wisconsin. I mean, you got Cold Blue Cam where it's literally based out of Wisconsin. And now this, I'm like, bro, what do y'all got going on? Can somebody that live in Wisconsin tell me what is going on out there? That's all I would like to know. That is crazy.
Speeds are about 45. Get behind it. You need to focus on driving.
I'm like, you know, I sit down and think, I'm like, oh, you know, which state would I like to live in? Somebody brings up Wisconsin. I'm like, nah, bro. I definitely ain't living out there. Like, all the stuff you guys got going. It looked like Washington, all that construction they got going on. Like, Wisconsin, it's just another Washington state. It's crazy when you see stuff like this, though. I remember it was one time me and my friend, we were hanging out in a car. Yeah, they cut through all this traffic. And I can't remember if a car was ahead of us or if they almost... But my friend, he had, like, a giant Yukon. So it was like, yeah, you try it with that little Toyota and see how far that gets you. See, once your Toyota is going to be like, yeah, all cars is going to heaven that day. And that Yukon is probably just going to have, like, a slight little screen. He had one of those, like, large Yukons. Like, I'm trying to think... Maybe, well, I think it was the X. I think it was the XL. I was about to say, I was like, probably that no, I don't think that was a Yukon that Queen Latifah had and set it off when she crashed it through the bank and it might have been. I gotta watch that movie again, but yeah, it was like, I wasn't worried because I was like, we're in a tank pretty much, you know, it's just a tank, but without the little, you know, missile launcher on top of it and stuff, but yeah, we wasn't worried, but still, it's crazy to see stuff like that.
Worry about the traffic, make sure you're stopping.
Oh, so this is like his first time dealing with this.
At this time, more officers join the pursuit.
That's
the stolen vehicle now has multiple police squads on their tail.
Copy.
That is wild.
Just make sure you're slowing it down.
See, man, like this is when, cause I play a lot of video games. So in case if anybody was wondering, they do have like. There's a couple of like, well, no, there's a few cop games out there where it's like, you know, it's good. It's, you know, it's decent. The one where I'm like, I wish it was like that game, but in a much more modern fashion. But LA Noire. See, that's what I would have liked if they made LA Noire, Police Officer Simulator and Ready or Not, but combined it all in like one big game. So yeah, you have it where you're doing high-speed chases, then the person they get out, they get to shooting at things, and you getting into a whole shootout with them and stuff, or you could tell them like get on the ground or what. But like a game, but then in the Police Officer Simulator, all you just doing is giving out like like not even traffic, no, yeah, like traffic tickets to people littering. I'm like, bro, I want action to happen. I'm like, maybe later on in the game action does happen, but yeah, for the most part, I was like, this is kind of boring. I'm like, I'm sorry to whoever the developers are for that game, but I was like, yeah, bro, I was expecting a little bit more. I'm like, bro, like have it where it's like, okay, like I'm opening up an investigation, something. They have it where it's like, oh, you just here's a ticket for littering, and it's like, oh, let me check your ID. Let me walk you all the way back to the police station. Yeah, that was just L.A. Noire. On the other hand, the thing is this, that was a good game, but it took place back in the 40s. So it was like, yeah, a lot of this stuff, it's like, I mean, it's good, but it was just out of date and things. I was like, I wish they had made like a modern version of it. Then Ready or Not, that game is like, that's just a full-blown war zone. It's like, that's more of a SWAT team simulator, where it's like, you know, you're supposed to just handle situations like, okay, like there's a shooting at this place, go in there and handle it and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, I wish it was like more stuff like this. Like I'm trying to get into a high-speed chase with somebody, bro. I think more so a Police Officer Simulator. I think that was more so meant for like the comedy, because it was kind of funny. They drove out. Yeah, I imagine, like, you know, being a cop. I feel like, you know, nervous and things, and I'm not even a part of this situation. I'm just at home watching, so I can imagine how the cop feels. It's like, you gotta be careful, because it's like you're maneuvering through like a area where it's like, you know, yeah, cars on the street, so it's like you're not trying to hit cars, and then you're trying to make sure you catch up to this person, because they don't care if they hit, dang, they don't care if they hit a car. And I imagine, like, if, dang. And I imagine if the suspect, if they hit a car, I wonder if the city has to pay for that. Or, like, what happens? Because it's like, obviously, the person, if they hit, like, let's say they hit, like, a bunch of different cars, they ain't gonna be able to pay for that. Unless they make payments their whole life or something. But it's like, I think how they'll set it up is they'll have it where it's like, the person will, they'll just do time for it, and then the city, I imagine that's how that would work, and then the city pays for it, maybe, possibly. It'd just be crazy though. It's like somebody, they do things like this, and then let's say they get famous, and then they're all like, oh yeah, this is a police chase that I did some years ago. Now I'm a famous, you know, actor, rapper, whatever. I mean, but and then knowing you got like that one half of the internet that'll try to cancel them for it, and it's like, fam, do you know how many police chases go on in a you know, all throughout life?
Leave the lights alone. They're excited to run. I want you.
Is like stuff falling out the car? Or... Dang, I know they're gonna have to do construction to. Look how bumpy. I get like, bro, I'm not even there, but dang, how they just maneuver around the car like that. But it's like they got a lot of like bumpy roads. That's crazy.
As the driver continues to evade, police officers coordinate to set up a stop-stick trap at the end of the road.
And my thing is this, what do you think is gonna happen? Oh, wow.
The stop-stick trap is a success, hitting both the front and rear tires of the vehicle, deflating them. The driver continues the pursuit regardless. However, officers have a second stop-stick trap set up further down the road in preparation.
But it's like, what do you think is gonna happen to you afterwards? Like, oh, okay, well, since you went beyond that 15-mile mark, we gotta let you go, because in the state of Wisconsin, yeah, after you reach beyond 15 miles, we just let you know. It's like, bro, I feel like each, you know, like amount of distance or mile, whatever you go, you're just making it more and more worse for yourself. Dang. And the cops is looking at it as like, okay, fam, like, what do you got going on to where you go into this high-speed chase, still going, no tire. They like, both the tires are out on that side? I think both the tires are out on that side. That's crazy, but like, they're about to get him again. He's gonna spin himself out, see? You on them rims, it's like, you can't try to spin out on them rims.
In an attempt to avoid the stop sticks, the driver swerves out of control, crashing on the side of the street, giving officers a chance.
My thing is this, again, I play a lot of video games. Maybe with the back tire, he might have not spun out so much, but with them front tires, when I think that's how it was. It might have been the other way around. I just know that when your tires go out, like, because I played Grand Theft Auto, I ain't got into high video game high-speed chases, not real-life high-speed chases. No, I don't like danger. So, yeah, that's why I don't do things like this. But, no, like, I know it when you try to swerve, and it's like, yeah, your car gonna start going crazy and things. So, yeah, in this guy's case, he's going to prison. Grand Theft Auto, I'm running out that car, and I'm getting me another car. So, high-speed chases in video games, do that. But real life, don't do that.
To detain the driver.
Show me your f***ing hands! Show me your f***ing hands right now!
Versus, like, what was it, like a traffic stop where they recognized him, seeing that he had a warrant out for his arrest. Saying it's stuff like that, you know. People, don't set yourself up like for more failure if you already done set yourself up for failure in the first place.
Get your hands out of the vehicle!
One occupant! One occupant!
I'm going with him, driver's side.
I'm going driver's side.
Do not move! Do not move!
Don't you?
Step out of the car! Step out of the car!
Get out of the car right now!
Oh, step out of the car!
Get on the car!
Is it a girl? I thought it was a guy.
Stand around. Stop resisting! Put your hand behind your back.
Bro, I thought it was a guy this whole time.
Alright.
Because they were saying he and them based off of how the person was driving. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, ma'am, what do you got going?
Do not hang tight.
It's like you just got into a high-speed chase. These cops ain't hearing what you gotta say.
One is
You're
checking.
hurting me.
We're not doing
I'm in
anything.
handcuffs.
Yep.
Get off of me. Get the off of me.
Make sure you
It's crazy how they be making it seem like that the cops are in the wrong for what they're doing, and it's like, what was you just doing? Like that's what we're all trying to figure out. That's why we're all after you in the first place. What were you doing?
What you doing? Get off of my legs. Get off of my legs.
roll it. There we go.
I'm like, ma'am, what do you got going on?
Oh, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and roll to your side. Roll this way.
No, just help. Just
Okay.
get me up.
Bring your knees up.
Bring your knees up to your chest.
Bring your knees up to your
Can
chest.
y'all just pull me
Bring
up?
your
I
knees to your
can't-
chest, man.
This stuff hurt.
Bring your knees to your chest, man.
It's like, okay, well, don't get into, you know, chases with the cops.
Let
I'm
me
just
go.
checking your handcuffs so they don't tighten down on you.
They too tight.
No, they're not, because you can spin your hand so you're fine.
Can y'all get my phone, my ID, and my money? And my bags. I need everything out that car.
Like, yeah, we ain't hearing that. Like, shut door, we ain't hearing that. See, they got like rifles.
According to police reports, when the owner of the vehicle was informed of who stole their car, it was found that the driver actually knew the thief as an acquaintance. The The driver was charged as an operator fleeing an officer and causing damage, with second-degree recklessly endangering safety, of driving a vehicle without the owner's consent, and with having possession of THC. Reckless endangerment and possession of THC were both dismissed on the prosecutor's motion. For fleeing an officer and driving without the owner's consent, she was found guilty due to a guilty plea. For this, she was ordered to pay a restitution of $2,650. She also had her Department of Transportation license revoked for 1 year, and she received 2 years of probation, but that was withheld and would go into effect if the defendant were to commit another crime.
Dang.
Yeah, why don't we just send him just to check on
She like, let me go.
That's the chase. And in my opinion, really a pretty good job by both the rookie officer
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't have known.
the FTO, his field training officer. The field training officer staying on top of the rookie, making sure that no mistakes are made. This was a chase of a stolen car, which is really a property crime. A lot of agencies will no longer allow for a chase of a stolen car unless there's also a violent crime associated with it, like a gun crime or carjacking. But there are differing opinions in law enforcement about this. A stolen car, even though it's just a property crime, it tends to be a sign that the offender is going to go on to commit a more violent crime because it's an anonymous car. So conflicting opinions about whether you should chase or should not chase a stolen vehicle. On one hand, it's a property crime. But on the other hand, it's a property crime that tends to lead to violent crimes or gun violence.
Yeah, I think they did that right because if my thing is this, when I'm just going based off of like what I've heard, what happens usually when a person usually steals a car, yes, they're going to go out and commit some sort of crime. You know, like I feel like I pay attention to stuff like that a lot, where they'll steal a car, go rob a bunch of different places, throw the car off somewhere, you know, destroy it, do whatever, because they probably done got their handprints on all over the car and things. And they don't want it to get traced back to them. So yeah, that's why I would say that, you know, it's best if they do that before something crazier happens. So yeah, that might have been crazy, but something crazier can happen later on that day, week, month, whenever. All right, so. But anyways, yeah, that was a pretty crazy video. But yeah, I wouldn't even have known that cop was that was like his first day on the job. It seemed like a normal chase to me. And I'm like, I wonder how many other videos where it's like it was these cops' first day on the job and stuff. So, but anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Midwest Safety for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.